a thing. So let me close the side view here down. Close that macro down again. We'll go. There you go. Now let's add some anchor rod. Oh, let me bring that elevation back again by create view by 2 point. Just pick any point on line 3. Once again, pick the right side. You can see the macro here. Let me click on the arrow and then just hit modify so you can see it on your view. Go to view, vertical tie, so you can see your elevation view and your 3D. Okay, let's put in some anchor rod by clicking twice. Go to anchor rod tab here. Let's pick an anchor rod by on the right hand side there. You can see a little rectangle box. Click on it. Let's make a rod round bar by going to black dot here and go round bar. For some strange, it's in metric at the moment, but let's change 1 inch to metric, which is 25.4. Apply, and once we modify it, there's no anchor bar rod. To make it show up, we have to go to another tab menu here by going to baseplate with put anchor rod. Apply. There we go. We got a 1 inch anchor rod. As you can see in the 3D, we can see it 1 inch. There you go. Now let's add in some nut and washer by going nut profile and go to others and heavy hex nut. Pick 1 inch heavy hex nut and washer, the same procedure. Other washer, 1 inch washer. Now let's make the height of our heavy hex nut 1 inch. Just make it easy, and our washer 1/8 thickness. Let's say if your anchor rod have a hook, we can click on a picture here, and you have another option. Pick on a hook, and from the center of anchor rod out, I will make it 3 1/4. Modify. There you go. And to make the heavy hex nut show comes out, and the washer, we have to go to another area here by going to create, yes to the heavy hex nut, washer, yes, modify, and there you go. You can see it. Let's make from the top of base plate up to the projection there. Let's make it 2 1/4, so it gives us enough room. There you go. Now let's make the total height 2 and let's make it 2 feet. How about that? 2 feet. There you go. Now let's add in some grout. Well, let's look at the side view here. See, grout. By creating grout right here, right down here, grout. Let's make our grout height to be 1.5 inch. Let's make it below. Well, it depends on your job where your top of concrete is. I would just make it above. There you go. It sits above. That's the grout. And modify, apply, OK. You can see in the 3D we have anchor rod, grout, and base plate. Now let's apply the macro to the rest of the column by taking the property, load it up, apply, OK, and using the current macro here by click on it, create current connection, zoom out, pick a column, pick a point. There you go. You should see it. Now let's apply the same thing to the other 2 columns on line 2 by creating an elevation view. Create view by 2 point. Pick. Let's make it look towards us. There you go. Now let's window view tile vertically. apply the same macro to the other two columns. Apply, there you go, it shows up. Pick this column, apply, shows up. Let's maximize the 3D. You can see really clearly. Now the line, the blue line with a check mark, if that represent a well on a column, just ignore that for now. Let's redraw our 3D view by right clicking on 3D view, redraw window, and then if you hit V, and you can pick any point where you want to look and rotate the location. Let's pick at this point. Now we can zoom in and rotate that point. Yep, it looks good. The anchor rod, we got heavy hex nut and washer, grout. Now let's say if you want to take a look at the hole, if there's a hole through a base plate, that's quite easy. We hit Control 2 is to make your steel invisible. Well, not quite invisible, but just make it to hologram. Now if you hit Shift 2, you will see your component is invisible, so you can see. Now if you hit, once again, if you hit Shift 4, it will turn back, and then if you hit Control 4, it will all goes back to original color. Okay, let's do a quick save and let's continue.